What's going on, guys? I've been getting a lot of questions about our beast adapter and if it works or is compatible with the Eberlestock Recon Bino Harness. I've been telling everyone that it does fit the harness, but I had issues with the wings here on the side and the draw of your handgun. And when I originally tested this, I was fortunate to have a customer bring one into a show last year, and we just took my setup here straight off my Kuiu Bino harness, threw it on there, saw that it fit, but we had an issue with the webbing kind of getting in, hindering the way of the grip for your draw. But I've been thinking about it here lately that on my setup I kind of run, you can see here the angle of the pistol is pretty low, so I thought I need to try and change the angle of it, possibly switch to a smaller frame handgun. Maybe that'll help and get some testing for you guys and not just 5 minutes. So I went ahead and did that. I got one here ordered up, been testing it, and in short, it fits, it works. And I'm going to go over what I'm doing, how to set it up, and some of my thoughts. So let's just dive into it. I'll kind of show you guys with my setup here. This is what I run when I hunt. It's a Glock 20. This is a G-code holster. I kind of run it more on a flat and not as canted with the hole pattern on the back of this holster. It's just a it's like a small triangle, so you can't quite get all the angles that you can with like the QLS style hole pattern. This is a Skinner knife by Seasick Blades. Love it. It kind of helps balance out with the weight of the handgun. And then this is my muff hut that is attached down below for keeping my hands warm. I have issues with my hands after getting frostbite. So let's throw it on the pack here and I'll show you what's going on. So for the sight on the wings, I didn't adjust anything on the beast adapter. These do reach to the outside of the wings with no issue, as I'm struggling here to fold the little metal gate in. Set this to the side. So it's on there. Try and get a close up here. Sits just fine. I'll throw this on. So now that I have it on, cinch these down, get nice and snug. The one thing I noticed right away is that this is a large frame, or they're a large size, so that bottom's kind of flipping out here. I'll show you. And then specifically on this setup, the webbing, you can kind of see it here. It is kind of getting in the way, so it makes me nervous if you're going to sheath your handgun. I would just be sure to get this out of the way so it doesn't interfere with the trigger or anything like that. have no problem drawing. You can still run, with it being on the outside here, you still run your Bino Harness or your rangefinder, no problem. But there's that setup. Now I'm gonna switch it up. To if I was gonna run this harness, here's a Glock 29, so a smaller frame handgun. This is on a T-Rex Arms. Forget the name of the holster. That's the one I have listed on our blog page. So it has like the QLS style hole pattern, which lets you get a little bit more cant in the, as you can see, that angle is up a little bit more. Same thing with this holster. I would put it on the outside of the wings. So there's a Glock 29. Works. I actually like this holster on here because it kind of has a wing. I don't know if it's just because of the 29, but it kind of tucks that wing down out of the way. No knife on this side, so you kind of have that gap, but you can still run your rangefinder or other pouches by Eberlestock. So there's that on a smaller frame. And then here's a Glock 29. This has a TLR 3, I think, or TLR, the Streamlight, whatever that. Yeah, TLR 1. Sorry, TLR 1 on it. In case you want some night light. Oh, and on this setup here, these I extended out just to see how that worked. The webbing on the bottom. So you can it gives you a little bit more room to reach out here. And grab the little sliver of webbing by these buckles. Same spot I've been running it on the other two setups. Oh, and this is a carry concealment Glock 20 holster. And I don't know if it's because of the weapon light, but it's really nice. I got a lot more angle on this one, so your draw is more pronounced here. But with extending the webbing on the beast adapter out for the wings here, it makes it a little bit flatter to hang on your other pouches. And it seems like you're not getting as much of a kick out on the bottom of this. And then I just want to show you guys one other option if you're struggling. These gatekeepers, you could actually move in. I don't know if I can, it's showing this very well. And then I just run it through that bottom, kind of like molly webbing there on the wing. And it's, you know, these wings are pretty pliable on here. So if you can see that, and kind of cinching down on it and hooking into it. And that actually sucks in that bottom a little bit. You could do that on both sides, but then you're going to have issues running your pouch. If you're running a rangefinder pouch or whatever their pouches are, you know, it's going to kind of scrunch that up. But that really helps bring that in. The bottom here, no issues. So there's that. And it also helps kind of scrunch up that wing and get out of the way of the draw even more. So this is probably, you know, what I would be doing if I was running this Bino harness. And then I was kind of messing around, and my third option is I made this kind of little attachment here. So on the Recon, they have the hook and loop for their accessories, and this piece you could throw in here, kind of like to anchor this down, the beast adapter down. And then after you get it to where you want it, cinch this down into the hook and loop on there, put your screws into the padding, and now it's not going to move anywhere. So I can get some of those made up and put on the website if that's something you guys are interested in. You'd still be able to utilize that hook and loop for other accessories, hand warmers that they make. So this is now kind of pinched on the wing to get that out of the way with the kind of like hook and loop or Velcro anchor. So that's really solid now. And then I get a lot of questions about rangefinders. If you don't want to run their rangefinder pouch, I run this Rangemaster 2000B, and it actually does fit in this pouch. So I think it's kind of a standard issue size. You could just hook this up on the side over here. And now if you're an archery guy running this setup, just keep that up front, you know. You can range, set it in there, get your draw. You got plenty of room here. Yeah. So that's kind of my take on the Recon. I think you guys are good to go with this. I would just highly suggest getting a holster with the QLS hole pattern. Like I said, this is a carry concealment on the Glock 20. Love his options that he has for holsters. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I'll probably make some of these anchors. I don't know what I'll call them. Little hook and loop. The one thing, you can't use one wrap because you kind of need to alternate on the same side. I'll show you that here. So on this, you need loop and hook, and they gotta be opposites on the opposite side for that to work. But I'll get some of these made up and on the website, so if you're running a Recon and want this, you can add that. But other than that, yeah, I think you guys are good to go. Leave any questions down below, and let me know if there's anything else you want to see the Beast adapter on. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.